What's up, my nerd friends? Welcome to the in-depth analysis of wait a minute. This is not an in-depth analysis. Well, because I actually stopped doing in-depth analysis now. What you gonna do about that? But I'm still going to review Siobhan because I do think she is pretty interesting to analyze. So Siobhan is a forest converter and especially a tile converter. So her ability Spider Domain, select any tile and confirm to convert a 2x2 or a 1x4 tiles into green tiles. Kind of like playing Tetris. You can get a cubes or you can get a line. The line is probably more useful though. Tiles that are converted twice will become enhanced tiles. So basically, the two tiles you choose. During Aurora time, reach 15 chain combo to reduce active skill cooldown by 1. And then she has a 3 cooldown. On breakthrough 3, she gets preemptive strike. So in terms of the tile conversion, I would like to compare her with the existing tile converter in Forest at least. So you are competing against Nikinus, Pack, Hedy, Sikare, and also to a certain extent Hero. And maybe Gabriel, but Gabriel is not quite similar unit. So I'm not gonna count Gabriel. And also I guess Pasolo. So I feel like Siobhan currently fits in a pretty nice place in the forest converters. She is a more flexible Nikinus, but less flexible Hero, but you convert more than Hero. And then you have less cooldown than Hedy and also Sikare, but you convert less than Hedy and Sikare. But I guess to each and their own, definitely not weaker in any sense. It is quite balanced. She doesn't really convert more or less than Nikinus, but because of the one more cooldown, you get to choose where you would like to put them, which is, I guess, a pretty fair trade. And in terms of the comparison with Hero, sure you do get 2 more tiles, which is fantastic, but Hero can select bigger range compared to Siobhan, which is well, Tetris style conversion. I think the ability is fine. It's definitely not broken in any sense, and having the preemptive strike on breakthrough 3 does mean it's more affordable for most people to potentially get, at least not on the maximum breakthrough. Very similar to Hero. Hero, when you don't have the preemptive strike, it's already quite good, but then when you get it, it's like night and day. It's just very good to have a select tile converters with preemptive strike, and Siobhan is no different. So it's very similar to all the tile selectors like Iridon, like well, Hero, like Bethlehem. Having the select tile is quite good, and having it on preemptive strike, that's even better. But of course, units such as these where you need a breakthrough to become good is quite something that you have to decide whether you want to go for it or not. It might cost a lot of money or luck, I guess. But Siobhan has one more unique lines. During Aurora time, reach 15 chain combo to reduce active skill by 1. That on paper sounds like a really good line. You can reduce cooldowns. That sounds really good, but on practice, that is very hard to reach. Not only is hard to reach, it also might not be very practical because, well, if you already know you have 15 more green tile to use, why would you use it during the Aurora time? Why don't you just use it to gain another Aurora time so you can safely hit the enemy you want to hit? It's definitely an interesting line where you reduce the cooldown, but is it really worth it to waste your 15 tiles to just, you know, get one less cooldown for one unit? Yeah, I don't know about that. Obviously, this is something you kind of want to pair with Hedy, because Hedy also have something that has to do with during Aurora time. So Hedy equipment, the Pompeii Maxima, during Aurora time, Pompeii attack increased by 2% for every tile connection up to a maximum 30%. So when you connect 15 tiles during the Aurora time, Hedy get extra damage. So I guess you really want to match Hedy with Siobhan because, well, during Aurora time synergy, right? So there is that going for her, and able to reduce cooldown is pretty interesting if you can consistently do it. That means she is kinda like a sneakiness that you can select where you want. But I still think it's a waste to use your 15 tiles during the Aurora times. Obviously, it depends on the boss. Some boss don't attack a lot, and you can just use this to pretty much get more damage, kind of. But yeah, I haven't really tested her out during this aspect a lot. But if you really like this ability line where she reduced cooldown, definitely let me know in the comments. For my testing, not practical. And then we have the chain combo, which is the 4 surrounding cluster and then sniper like chain, dealing damage to all enemies with 150% being the multiplier. I don't know about you, but I really dislike sniper chain, and especially when it's on a converter, that's kinda even worse, because converter already do no damage to begin with, and you give it a sniper chain, that's gonna make your damage even weaker, especially against bosses that is not single tile. Yeah, Siobhan definitely not the best on doing damage. On multiple enemy, she doesn't do enough damage to, I guess, compensate the sake that she has a sniper chain. Overall, terrible chain combo. I don't like it. And then probably the most interesting part is her equipment, the web shield. So the web shield, there's 2 variants. One variant is the base variant, which you would just raise your equipment to level 10, and then you get the shield. So there's another variant where if the web mark stack is more than 10, you get an additional shield equal to 15% of Siobhan health, which is on paper sounds like quite a lot, but it's actually not, which I will do some calculation for you. So the web shield, gain web mark for every green tile pass, and the shield will be 15% of Siobhan defense for every single stack clear, and you get the shield before you get hit. So it's actually useful, and the shield does not stay like every other shield. So once the mark is gone, you get the shield, and then you get hit, and the shield will mitigate the damage, and then the shield will disappear at the end of the round. So a lot of people has been saying that this shield, this web mark thing, can replace healer. Well, I have done some calculation. No, you cannot replace healer with Siobhan shield because the shield is pretty small. So let's compare Siobhan with Uriah. On a 15 stack basis, you can get up to 5% health of shield on a 5-team setup, which I am showing on the screen right now. This is the setup I'm basing my calculation on. So Siobhan will have 755 defense over here, and also 6,325 health. On a 99 stack web mark, however, you can get up to 33% health shield. Seems quite a lot, but 99 stack is incredibly hard to reach unless the boss literally does nothing to hit you, at least. And then we have Uriah. So Uriah would have 2,493 attack for every single chain combo. I'm calculating based on the 5 chain here. She can heal up to 4,736.7 health, which is 13% of the team health. And if it's 10 chain, you can get up to 17%. And this is not counting the tile multiplier yet. With the tile multiplier, you get even more. And this is also not counting Uriah active skill and equipment, which can help you heal even more. So definitely not replacing healer in any sense. In fact, I think Uriah is better than Siobhan on maintaining your team health like 10 times. It's probably 10 times better at survival when you compare with Siobhan. So not quite replacing her, but there are definitely stages you don't need healer, but you still need a little bit of survivability. Well, there's actually another unit that also already does that. That is called Luis. So Luis, if you don't know about Luis actually has an equipment which gives you healing when you reach Aurora time. So that is exactly 15 tiles. I mean, if you can get more, but you shouldn't. So for every single Aurora time, Luis will heal 12% of your team health. That is already 7% more than a 15 tile web mark. So even though the web mark might seem impressive at first, it's less than Luis healing. So Siobhan is actually 2 times worse than Luis at maintaining your team survivability, at least if you are constantly getting hit anyway, or if you are getting hit somewhat frequently but not frequently enough to warrant a healer. Luis actually do that better. But you can argue that, well, Siobhan is a tile converter and Luis is not. I guess it is fair. In that sense, Siobhan is kind of balanced. Well, because she has a little bit of everything, but she's still able to be a little bit different than everyone. and I don't think you will regret getting Siobhan. To be fair, she is a okay unit, but that's pretty much it. I would say for her, she is okay. Definitely worse than Louise in terms of survival and providing damage. Definitely worse than Sikare on converting tiles and dealing sniper damage, because Sikare can instantly delete 5% of the enemy health with the equipment. And when you come to Nikinis, I guess you can somewhat compare with Nikinis equipment, which is kind of useless, getting the defense buff. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, you don't have to summon for Siobhan, but if you really like her, if you really think she is a sexy OL office lady, MILF, One-sama, then yeah, definitely go for her. She is, I guess, 6 or 7 out of 10, but I do have to say, if you don't have Hero, you might want to summon for Hero, because Hero banner is coming out very soon. The rotating recruitment banner for Hero is literally after Sinsa, and Hero is like, I would say, very strong compared to Siobhan, where they actually do very similar stuff, which is select tiles to convert, 3 cooldown, and then breakthrough 3 preemptive strike. But Hero do way more damage, and then she's a detonator, already winning in that part. So finally, what's my verdict for Siobhan? I think she is an interesting unit because she is the only unit in Forest that can provide shield. So yeah, interesting, but not the strongest. And definitely, if you don't like her design, just skip. Especially when you don't have Hero yet, just like me. Definitely consider someone for Hero instead. And that's pretty much it for this video. Give me a thumbs up or whatever, gently click the like button. I will really appreciate it. And of course, if you like my content, consider a subscribe. That's not too much to ask for, right? And I'll see you all next time. Peace.